Race number 4 on the program. The favourite here for the 4th at Caulfield is number 6, Sedately. The sub at 3:30, 1:50. Here's Brian.
To run. Set. Racing here at Caulfield. Not a bad break with the exception of Noble Lotto, who missed it about a length and a half, and away quickly Sedately. There goes around the outside, Procrastinate up towards the front when they settle down, and going forward in the middle now, Viminaria. Procrastinate from the outside, got to the fence, led 2 lengths, Viminaria, Sedately in the box seat 3rd, Timeless Grace went up 4th, then Clicko, and further back in the race in Ramouche, followed by Ladies Way, then Biz Lotto, further back in the race Diversify. Hospitable's got a fair way back coming down the side with Aberrea, and 3 last of all Noble Lotto. Procrastinate and Matthews have backed the speed off coming down the side, 8:50 out, a length and a half, Viminaria, 2 to Sedately 3rd, the favourite getting a lovely run, a length further back, Timeless Grace 4th, 2 to Clicko on the outside of it, Ramouche, 2 to Biz Lotto, a half, then Ladies Way, then Hospitable from Aberrea, further back Diversify, and at the 600 metre mark, Noble Lotto last of all. Procrastinate dictating her terms before the turn, about 3/4 Viminaria, 2 further back, Timeless Grace has gone up on the outside of Sedately, there followed further back in the race now, pulled to the outside by Ramouche and then Clicko, well back in the race, Biz Lotto, Procrastinate first for home, straightened up a neck in front of Viminaria, further out Timeless Grace and Sedately back on the inside, Sedately trying to get out, it's Procrastinate being tackled in the middle by Viminaria, Sedately going for the run, Timeless Grace further out, Sedately got shut out again, Timeless Grace after Procrastinate who fights back, Procrastinate just in front near the line, Procrastinate has won from either Timeless Grace, Viminaria and Aberrea who flashed up, 3 in line for the Miners, behind those Biz Lotto, Sedately was going to win till it got shut out about 150 from home, Noble Lotto flashed home from Ladies Way and Clicko, then further back in the race on the outside, Ramouche from Hospitable, well back Diversify, and it's the last one to pull up after the running of the 4th for the day.
Number 14, Procrastinate, 6:10, 2:30, Photo for the Miners, 2 Timeless Grace, 4:40, 9 Viminaria, 3:40.
Super Tab 14, Procrastinate, 3:20 and 1:05. Number 2, Timeless Grace to return, 1:70. 9's there, Viminaria at 1:50. 1 Aberrea, 1:30.
Procrastinate again arrested the front and has got home about a neck down to the wire. Great go for the Miners, Timeless Grace, Viminaria and Aberrea flashing to them in the centre, and not far out as Biz Lotto. Heads up and down there for the Miners, leave that to the judge. It was a head bob of Timeless Grace and the one inside it. Heading down towards the post, Timeless Grace and Viminaria, then right near the line Aberrea's flashed, and we'll leave that to the judge to try and sort that out for the minor division. But Procrastinate, Matthews has won the race because he was able to dictate his speed in front. When he got to the front, he backed it off. He slipped away again at the 5:50. I do feel as though Sedately, had she got that clear passage, she was travelling beautifully. She went for the run. She was half through at the 200 metre mark, and they then shut the gate and stopped her in her tracks. Now, number 2 gets second, Timeless Grace after the photo, number 2. And the 3rd number coming up, 14 the winner, number 2 is second. 3rd placing coming up now, very tight here for 3rd.
Set Sydney, let's join Ian Craig for race 4.
11 running here. Canterbury Wednesday, and next Thursday's a big day at Hawkesbury, the 2KY Martyrdie race day at Hawkesbury. But back to race 4, Sydney, and the gates fly back, they're off. And Pop's Dream is actually best away. Pal Sky jumped into stride, well up, looking for the lead. Pimpala Patch and going with the Miss Kariba. And as they settle down, it's Miss Kariba leading about a length on Pimpala Patch and to Pop's Dream, followed by Love's a Lunch and Pal Sky, length the Quick Snip, and then a gap of 1.5. Alina going up inside Palm Beach Babe, and then Rain of Honor, Tiggy Touchwood, and 3 or 4 Rhythm Review. 700 out now, and the leader is Miss Kariba by a length on Pimpala Patch, Love's a Lunch, and sandwiched up between horses Pop's Dream. A length into Quick Snip on the inside, and then Pal Sky and Alina. Palm Beach Babe a trifle deep, 2 lengths Rain of Honor. Tiggy Touchwood is second last, and 3 lengths to Rhythm Review as they run to the home bend, and the leader is Miss Kariba, a half length on Pimpala Patch, who's holding the fence. Alina third on the inside is Quick Snip, and then Rain of Honor and Pop's Dream from Pal Sky. Pimpala Patch given full bore by McClellan to go out after Miss Kariba. She's almost level. level, and she might be going home better at the moment, and they're clear of Arlena, Quick Snip and Reign of Honour, but Pimpala Patch in front. Miss Kariba not giving in without a fight. Pimpala Patch holding Miss Kariba, then Arlena, and it looks as though it's going to be 4 in a row. Yeah, 4 in a row now to Pimpala Patch. Miss Kariba second, and there's nothing in it for third. Arlena and Quick Snip, who kicked right on the line, and then came on the outside Rhythm Review from Reign of Honour, Tiggy Touchwood, good margin Palm Beach Babe, and then Pal Sky, and the last two Pop's Dream, and tailed off in fact Loves a Lunch.
7 Pimpala Patch 125 and 70. Number 1 Miss Kariba 130. Those for third 3 Quick Snip at 130, or number 9 Arlena 190.
30. Number 1 Miss Kariba, ridden by Mark Newnham second, has paid $2.40. And it's a pretty close go for third here between, as we work from the top, Quick Snip number 3 $2.80, and the outside horse Arlena number 9, which is showing at $3.70.
Moving up Canberra.
And a photo finish after the AJC Function Centre handicap. Pimpala Patch by You Bet I Do from Quilted, a Bay Filly 3 trained by Darren Smith at Williamtown for RJ and Mrs. C.Y. Cruz, and ridden by Darryl McClellan. The runner-up Miss Kariba battled on well, the 5-year-old chestnut mare Lunchtime at 12 to VN, Guy Walter, Mark Newnham, and it's very tight for third. Now the time for the race, 1:10.54. 1:10.54, a little over a second outside of the record held by Corio Star. And she is such a professional little filly, Pimpala Patch. And as I've said a couple of times recently, young Darren Smith, her trainer, has done a magnificent job with this filly. And she looked $1 million today. There was plenty of confidence in the betting ring for her. And although she took a while to get away from Miss Kariba, she, in the last little bit, was just a shade too strong. 7-1, and it's awfully close for third. Coming into the line, Arlena. Going out of the line, Quick Snip lunged, and it's a tricky one. It's a developed print. Thanks, Tony. So close for third, it's a developed print. The last 600 metres took 35.35. 35.35 was the sectional time. And Pimpala Patch now, 6 wins, 4 seconds from 11 starts. Now here's the third. Number 3 has kicked on the line, Quick Snip. Number 3, Quick Snip, ridden by Nigel Seymour, is third, by Snippets from El Kalin, trained by Bede Murray, Nigel Seymour. And number 9 ran fourth, and that was Arlena. And number 12 ran fifth, and that was Reign of Honour. And the 6th placing, there's nothing at the moment. So this is a superfecta race, and the first 5 are 7, 1, 3, 9, 12. The 6th to be determined, and I'll have that in just a moment.
Thanks very much, Ian. This is
Impala. They're waiting on Impala to go forward here with Sari Club. Starstruck from WA goes up. She's ready now with Navy Seal. Rough Habit in gate number 14. 8-year-olds, they've got to go way back through the record books to find an 8-year-old winning the Caulfield Cup. Air Seattle, runner-up last year on the inside. Now they're ready to go. Stalls are back and they're off and running in the Caulfield Cup, and Rough Habit got his head up at the start and dropped out to the back of the field. And Tenor first out from Air Seattle, and now Pompeii. Paris Lane away quickly. Further out, it's All in Fun, and down the centre now, Gold Sovereign Fraternity. Further out on the track is Alcove going up to second. At the winning post, they're going to race now. And the leader is Gold Sovereign. Alcove is going to go up and sit outside it. And a Presser running third, a length and a half further back in the Caulfield Cup. Going out of the straight is It's All in Fun. They're followed by Fraternity, and on the outside, Gossips. Paris Lane getting up on the inside from Tenor. Then on the outside of those, Bullwinkles. Starstruck, Air Seattle had to check. Dark Tsar pushed off the track, and further back here, that Ballau Pompeii. Then Sari Club, followed by Navy Seal. Impala and the old New Zealand champion is last of all Rough Habit. Up the back of the track they go, and the leader, the Bolter, Gold Sovereign, in front of the 1,600 metre mark. Led by 2 lengths to Alcove, getting a nice run, a length and a half of Presser. Moving up on the outside of it now, going up to third, It's All in Fun. A Presser is running fourth. Then moving up is Gossips on the outside, 1.5 further back. Paris Lane running sixth. A length further back, Fraternity. They're followed by Tenor. A half further back, Bullwinkle, followed by Starstruck, Dark Tsar. Then Air Seattle, 1.5 to hear that bell. Further back, our Pompeii. 2 then to Sari Club, followed by Navy Seal, and the last pair Impala on the outside of Rough Habit on top of the hill in the field as well strung out in the Caulfield Cup. Coming down the side, 1100 to go, and the leader is Gold Sovereign by 3.5 lengths. It's All in Fun goes second, 4 or 5 further back Alcove, a length further back then Gossip's running fourth, fifth is Oppressor. Paris Lane away from the inside, about 8 lengths off the front, 2 to Tenor, then Fraternity, further back Bullwinkle, followed by Starstruck, Dark Tsar, Air Seattle, Hear That Bell further back in the race. They're followed at the head of the others by our Pompeii, 2 or 3 then to Navy Seal, Sari Club, Impala back second last, and last of all Rough Habit, 600 out, and the leader is Gold Sovereign. The Kiwis enjoyed a beautiful run. It's All in Fun goes to second, a length further back Alcove. Here's Paris Lane putting in a run to fourth, peeling to the outside from Oppressor, then Fraternity, followed by Bullwinkle, and further back Tenor. Air Seattle, Impala is back second last with Rough Habit. Into the straight now, It's All in Fun hit the front. Here comes Paris Lane and Alcove at the 200 metre mark, and Paris Lane on the outside goes up to It's All in Front and Alcove. Damien Oliver's driven the favourite to the front, Paris Lane. It's all over, I'd say. He's dashed away from Alcove, and Tenor getting to third, but it's Paris Lane's Caulfield Cup. Paris Lane wins a length and a half, Alcove, 3/4 Tenor third. A gap in the race, Oppressor from Starstruck. They're followed by It's All in Fun. Then came Gossips, further back Sari Club, Fraternity, Hear That Bell, Air Seattle, Bullwinkle, well back our Pompeii, Gold Sovereign, Rough Habit, Never In It from Impala, Dark Tsar, and Navy Seal is back at the tail of the field in the 1994 Caulfield Cup.
Number 9, Paris Lane, 4:30 and 2:10. 14, Alcove, 4:30 and 10, Tenor at 3:40.
Super Tab 9, Paris Lane, 220, 105. Number 14, Alcove to return 180, and number 10, Tenor to pay 180.
100 metre mark, sweeping around the turn, and Paris Lane takes out the Caulfield Cup today in 2:26.5, which is a new track record. A new track record recorded by Paris Lane, number 9. Number 14 is second. Number 14 second, that is Alcove, ridden by Patrick Payne. And Tenor. Tenor has got up to run third. Number 10, ridden by Grant Cooksley, officially fourth, is number 17. Number 17 is fourth, and that's Oppressor. So the first 4 placings in the 94 Caulfield Cup, it's Friedman and Damien Oliver. It's the favourites Caulfield Cup.
Crimson Elite scratching at the barrier, Kembler.
Superb preparation coming into the race. Oliver suspended till midnight last night, came back in Australia's champion jockey and Australia's champion Group 1 trainer, Lee Friedman, combined to win the Caulfield Cup. Let's go to the mounting yard.
Okay, thanks very much, Brian. Lee, congratulations.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah.
The best horse won the race today, no excuses, I don't think.
No doubt about that.
His lead-ups were terrific today with the 4 kilo drop, as you told us last week. You weren't disappointed when he got beaten. We are sort of super confident today, or optimistic?
I was super confident, but I didn't want to moz myself.
Well, you said that to me earlier on when I said I'll be down to talk to you in a minute. Don't moz me, but you know, you're starting to get a bit of a grip on this race now.
It's been a good race to me so far, but he was the perfect horse today, and when they weren't running on, I knew he'd be camped right on him on the corner. It was never going to be an easy task for him to run him down.
Well, he's an ideal horse for a race like this because he's always up handy, and to get back in the fields is always a danger in a race like this.
Well, they're the sort of horses that win it. They can camp on the pace and they can sprint when they have to, and the others have got to catch him there.
Great thrill for Damien too, coming back from that suspension. It's the best way to come back.
It was very. I'm glad I represent him now.
Lee, where does he go from here?
Oh, it's a sensational win. Great win.
Where does he go from here, mate?
You go home and have a good rest.
And what about you tonight? You're not going to have a rest tonight?
Yeah, I think.
They're all set. Kembler repeating number 1, Crimson Elite scratching his Kevin.
Powerful stuff's in.
Okay, good to see Brian Blackmore getting in first with the interview this year. Not being pushed out the way. And the radio audience, radio that covers it every week, getting the exclusive interview there with Lee Friedman first today. Good stuff. Okay, this is Triple S, the Good Sport, trackside at Randwick.
It's about to come forward. Crowd today would please officials, 14,223. 14,223. That's a good roll-up. It's a magnificent day in Sydney. Now, Dan Gambin is in. We're waiting for Corey Brown to come forward on Cattle and Prince, carrying the colours of the Castle family. And Corey will utilise these colours in the last event on My Diamond Rouge. That win of Star Dancer in Melbourne today. Further highlights a horse like My Diamond Rouge, who finished a mile in front of Star Dancer in the Epsom Handicap. Anyway, back to business for the City Tats Club Cup, and the field looks to be set. 14 of them. Double Take, the favourite, the Kiwi, Billy Aspros, the King of the West in New South Wales is the rider, and they're off. And a nice even break, one of the best out. Pleasant Conquest near the inside. Jovial Prince jumped into stride well, and so did Double Take. Moving up very quickly wide out is Dan Gambin. Rose Reward is not far away, and likewise Booked, and then Sprayman, followed by Palais de Louvre, a length the Town Oak, and on the fence is Falcon Walk, then Hacker Sunjet, and the last pair are Catalan Prince and Surrender Now. Well, the favourite is the leader, Double Take. Along past the 1900 metres, Double Take more than a length clear now. In second position on the inside, Pleasant Conquest, now being passed by Rose Reward. Dan Gambin out off the track, and then Jovial Prince Booked on the rails. 2 lengths to Sprayman, Palais de Louvre, Falcon Walk. Then Hacker a length to Sunjet, and further back in the race on the inside, Surrender Now from Town Oak. And wide out last of all is Catalan Prince. Now Dan Gambin takes up the role of pacemaker, and as they work to the back of the course, 1500 out, and Dan Gambin pilots the field from Double Take, inclined to race a little ungenerously, and looks as though the saddle may have shifted forward on this fella too, Double Take. By gee, the rider Billy Aspros very forward on him, about 2 lengths to Rose Reward, Jovial Prince, Palais de Louvre, and Catalan Prince taking off. Then Pleasant Conquest, Booked, and Town Oak around them with Sprayman. Further back is Hacker, and then a gap to Falcon Walk from Surrender Now, and last of all is Sunjet. Well, there's been plenty of action in this, and as they head down the back of the track and race along towards the 950, and the pilot here is Dan Gambin. Catalan Prince to second. Third placing is Double Take on the rails, followed by Palais de Louvre, and a gap then to Town Oak wide out, followed by Rose Reward, then Jovial Prince and Sprayman, Falcon Walk. Further back is Pleasant Conquest, and then Booked on the outside from Surrender Now. A length the Hacker, and last of all is Sunjet as they come down the side of the course and link up with the 700 metres, and Dan Gambin increasing his lead on Catalan Prince to about 5. A length the Double Take, and then a break to Palais de Louvre, followed by Town Oak, Rose Reward, then Surrender Now and the Jovial Prince, Sprayman. Falcon Walk back on the inside from Pleasant Conquest, Booked with her ears scrubbed off from Sunjet, and 2 lengths to Hacker as they straighten for the run to the judge in the City Tats Club Cup, and the leader Dan Gambin about 3 lengths on Double Take, followed by Town Oak. Surrender Now is grinding away on the outside and is out after Dan Gambin, and then Rose Reward. Rob Thompson throwing everything at Surrender Now. Rose Reward, Palais de Louvre, and then Dan Gambin weakening, but Surrender Now hits the front. Surrender Now from Rose Reward, Palais de Louvre, and Surrender Now will win it. Surrender Now beat Palais de Louvre and Rose Reward, and then Falcon Walk, Pleasant Conquest. Double Take, Jovial Prince, Sunjet, Catalan Prince, and then Dan Gambin followed home by Town Oak. Good margin off to Hacker, and the last 2 Booked and Sprayman. Number 4, Surrender Now, ridden by Rob Thompson, the winner of the City Tats Club Cup. And Surrender Now has paid $8.20 and $2.60. Number 5, Palais de Louvre, Aaron Kennedy will be second, $5.60. And the third going to number 6, Rose Reward, ridden by Lisa Crop, will pay $3.10.
Super Tab 4 Surrender Now, $4.75 and $1.35. Number 5 Palais de Louvre at $2.50, and number 6 Rose Reward $1.50.
Following race, and did ride Loves a Lunch earlier. And Surrender Now for trainer Max Lees. By Dalmacia from No Surrender, Bayo Brownmere 5, owned by R. Sinclair, D and Miss N. Lay, and Robert Thompson seemed a great advantage on Surrender Now. As the numbers flash up, 4, 5 and 6, Palais